It is time to expand minds through movies, TV, sports, and flicks. It is time to boldly go where no podcast has gone before. It is time for the Captain Talks Flicks.
The Captain Talk Flicks.
Welcome to the Captain Talks Flicks podcast. I'm your host, Captain Cortez, aka Mr. Love, and this is where we talk flicks. And ladies and gentlemen, this past week, I went back to the seedy underworld once again. Let me just say this, it's getting crazy, it's getting wild. I'm gonna talk about that, but first, a couple things. I want to give a big shout out to Bucharest, Romania. Got some plays from Bucharest this past week. Gracias, gratitude, Torba, and Bucharest. I heard you guys are the next great food destination. I was online reading some articles and they were like, bro, Romania is the next great food destination. So one of these days, when I'm super rich, I'm gonna fly over to Romania and have some like great cuisine food that you guys have. So thanks for listening. Gracias, gratitude. And additionally, this episode is brought to you by the album called The Spacemen by the one and only Sun Tzu Cosmic, and introducing Ek Odlim. They went and they painted sonic pictures like art. The Spaceman is just an artsy sci-fi electronic album by Sun Tzu Cosmic and Ek Odlim. I guarantee you, you've never heard anything like it in your life. So if you want to hear the album, The Spaceman, I'll put the link below. Check it out now. Let's get on the podcast. So ladies and gentlemen, last week on MobLand, Harry sat down with the rival crew leader and they figured some things out. And so all Richie wanted after his grandson got murked was just for the Harrigan family to go to the funeral. That's all he wanted. And they're like, bro, we're gonna go to the funeral, have no weapons, and we're gonna be like in danger. So they're all like sweating, like, bro, should we go, should we not? And that's pretty much the whole episode. But what I want to do is get into a specific thing in this episode. It kind of like, bro, whoa, it's craziness. It's gonna spoil the end also, so if you haven't seen it, just, pause, but there's a spoiler coming also. So in this episode, the lovely Mauve is at the funeral. You're being only how Mauve can be. You're just being how she can be. She had a little bit of alcohol, whatever, some things, and she goes and has a conversation with the Richie's, that's the rival crew boss, his wife, and she's the one who lost her son because her son was lost due to the Harrigan family. So she goes around, she's like, talking whatever, and then this lady's like, we don't even want you Harrigans here, bro. We don't want you here. I don't want you at all. And then she says it's not climbing. She's like, bro, I don't know how your husband, hooks up with you. Because she's this young, pretty woman, and the other lady's older, and she's kind of like, bro, you're old. Why would he want you? Oh, she felt that. She was hurt. She took that so personally. She took it so personally. At the end of the episode, she took some very, very heavy action. Now, what she did is she basically got her murked. That's it. She was so offended by the comment that lady made to her that she murked her, bro, in a very bad way. And so what I want to talk about that is this. In your course of walking planet Earth, you may experience something similar to this, right? And how will you respond to that? So Mauve just took it hardcore. She said, bro, you offended me and how I look and all this. You disrespected me. I'm going heavy on you. I'm bringing kinetic moves on you, bro. We're going to do something to you. And she took heavy action, which has a heavy penalty, by the way. But I mean, on our level, where we're at, sometimes people may say things to you that you don't like, workplace, school place, wherever you're at, job, whatever, wherever you're at. They'll say some things. And how do you respond to that? Now, in the course of my life, I've gotten talking nasty to you many times. Back in school, when I was in 20s, when I was in my 30s, at my jobs. It don't matter where I go, there's always some human being that will say some disrespectful stuff. Now, a lot of times, some people might just fly off the handle and just start fighting over this. I've been around people that just fight over simple things. Now, me, the Captain Che Cortez, this is not my ninja way. I generally don't brawl over some nonsense comments. It doesn't even matter, bro. Like, who cares? On my deathbed, will it matter? But to Mauve, it mattered. Mauve was deeply hurt. She was hurt really bad. And she took some heavy action to murk that lady, right? You'll watch this MobLand. And maybe some of you think, oh, she's cool. She's so hard. She's hardcore. She took action. Oh, yeah, she wasn't going to take that mess, right? And I know some thought processes out there like, I will not be disrespected. I'm not going to take that. How dare they say that to me? And I look on the internet and I tell people in life, and I know some people do respond that way. And you gotta do what is best for you, right? If that's your ninja way, then I guess do that. But what Marv just did was add fire to an already tense situation. So because of the death of Richie's grandkid, there was a lot of tension between the families, and they squashed it at the funeral. It got squashed. We got a solution. Boom. But then Marv, her feelings are hurt, and I think the resolution they got is probably gone now. I don't think he can murk his wife. He'd still be okay with it. I mean, they just went to war, bro, because of some comment that was said to them all. Over a comment, they're going to war, bro. Like, you don't understand what the street war is going to be for these people. It's going to be so intense, so crazy. It's not something you're going to go through. But Marv feels her, I'm going to do that. I don't know if she really thought through, what's going to happen after that action was taken. I mean, they're going to obviously know what's there. They'll figure it out. So yeah, so watching that just, lets me know, reminds, like I said earlier, it's like you really should think through the choices you make. I've been saying this over and over on the podcast, time and time again. And there's countless TV shows, movies, sports, flicks that just show you, like, bro, don't do those choices. Just relax, chill, and think things through. So there's all types of lessons on all these shows, not just MobLand, but everything I watch. There's always somebody doing something, not thinking things through, and you see what the consequences are from that. So if we learn things from these shows, it's like, bro, stop, pause, and think things through. Now, I was listening to a podcast a couple weeks ago, and in this podcast, the guy was saying, bro, your life's in shambles, right? You lost your job, whatever, okay? Things not going bad. He said, okay, before you even make any rash moves, crazy moves, just stop for like 3 days, take a pause, take a breather, and just think things through. Now, I feel this is very good advice. Now, there will be some situations in life where you will have to respond quickly. I mean, there are some, okay? So so you have to move quickly and think quickly. But not all. Not all situations need to be responded to in a very fast manner. So a lot you can just pause on. Yeah, so just don't fly off the handle like Maul, bro. Because she's just absolutely a loose cannon, unstable. And other people might say different. You gotta be bold. You gotta have balls, as Tony Montana would say. You do? Maybe you don't. I don't know. But I feel next episode, when we see what happens next, there's gotta be no way they're not going to war with each other. I don't see any other way out how they're gonna not go to war. But there is one thing I'm thinking in my mind right now, which I'm not gonna say, but I'm like, maybe this is the method they will stop the war. But like, bro, they going to war. This is messed up. Because some lady got mad because she made a smart comment. Yeah, so last thing. MobLand is a great show. I'm enjoying it. A lot of lessons to be learned. And the lesson from this is, someone might tell you some nonsense. Some bad comment. You're this, you suck, you're blah, blah, blah. Do not go crazy like Marv. It's just not a good look, in my opinion. So, ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the podcast. And until next time, we'll see. Conformity is the ruin of the mind. Jesse Shelley. Till next time, it's Captain Beast.
The Captain Talks.